Today we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Trafalgar Law. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil 19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Trafalgar Law. So let's get into this review right now and start it off with the box. So we have the front of the box here, pretty basic for the One Piece line. There's the bottom, the tippity topperoo. There's the one side of the box, and then the other side with some images of the figure there, and then there's the back with some more promo pics and the barcode and blah 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 stuff nobody cares about. So let's take a closer, detailed look at Law. Alrighty, so for the detail here, we'll go over the coat first, and it does have some nice sculpted detail from the fur on the top to the rest of the coat. Doesn't seem like there's any shading on it, really not on the figure at all actually, but I mean, you can remove it. As you can see, I just peeled mine off and it does come right off. I don't know why they didn't make it removable. I'm sure if you heat it up, you could probably get the peg to unglue and unpeg it, but I mean, you could put it right back on the figure and it sits on there perfectly fine. One big main issue with it, as most of you can probably tell, it does make Law a bit back heavy. As you can see, I'm trying to get him to just stand, but if you do balance him out properly, you can get him to stand fine with the coat, but it does make him a bit back heavy. But for now, let's remove the coat here and take a closer detailed look at Law. And the head sculpt and faces turned out great. The hat looks great. I love the sculpted texture to it, like how his hat does look in the anime or manga. The dots are painted on there nice and clean as well. The tattoo on the chest looks great. The shirt is a softer rubbery type plastic, as you can see, but we do get some nice sculpted wrinkles all throughout it on the sleeves. Not really on the back because they figured the cape or the coat would cover it. The arms here, you get his tattoos on the arms, and those turned out great along with the tattoos on his hands and fingers. Very nice job by Tamashii Nations. And the pants turned out fine too. We have like the dots all throughout it, and we do get a couple sculpted wrinkles. Not too many though. We have them on like the upper thigh, the ankles, and on the side of the thigh as well. And then the shoes turned out fine too. There's the bottom of them, not much going on. So there's a closer detailed look at Law. Now let's go over the height and height comparisons. So for the height of Trafalgar Law here to the very top of his hat, it looks like he's about 6 inches and a quarter of an inch tall. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and Yamato. And I think he scales really well with the other SH Figuarts One Piece figures. Then also here he is compared to the live action SH Figuarts Zoro. Then we have the anime heroes Usopp, Brook, Chopper, and Frankie. And once again, I think he scales well with the anime heroes line. And then finally, here he is compared to the Demonical Fit 3.0 Goku. We have the SH Figuarts Yuta, the SH Figuarts Sasuke, and Kakashi. So there is the height and height comparisons. Now let's move on to the accessories. Moving on to the accessories, Law is included with a bunch of great stuff. Alternate head sculpt, a bunch of faces, a face for Luffy, a ton of alternate hands, and then we get his sword, and then one in the sheath. So we do get 5 faces for Law. So we do have a basic stern, smirking, yelling, screaming, and angry teeth gritted face. Then we do get the comedic face of Law on the top there, and then we do get the comedic face for Luffy on the bottom. Then we also do get the interchangeable hairpiece where he's not wearing his hat, as you can see it on the figure here, and that turned out great. Nice sculpt detail on the hair and everything, so great job with that. Then we do get his sword, one where it's in the sheath and one where it's out of the sheath. The one in the sheath is just pegged in, so you could just unpeg it when you have him using his sword there, but really like that they included that with Law. I mean, you have to, you know what I mean? Then we do get 13 alternate hands. We get a pair of fists, a pair of open hands, we have a pair of gripping hands for the sword, a pair of gripping hands to hold the sheath. Then we do get a bunch of his hands using his devil fruit with like the thumbs out and then the fingers out and everything. And then we do get like a karate chop type hand. So that is all the accessories included with Law. Now let's move on to the articulation. So for the articulation, you can see the coat here can hinge up and down and swivel. But for now, let's remove it. So the neck looks down really good, looks up really well. You get very nice pivot at both the joints, and then it does swivel as well. The torso crunches forward okay, goes back really well. Then you do get some pretty good pivot out of the joints there. And then of course it does swivel. The arms, They're kind of like a butterfly type joint, but you can move them in a very nice circular motion, and they go out to the side a lot more than 90 degrees. They go up and down, true bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that pretty much bend in all the way. Then we do get the swivel and hinge on the wristaroo there. The legs kick forward about 90 degrees. Don't go back too much. He can't Van Damme it, but they go out at least more than 45 degrees. Then you do get the thigh swivel, double jointed knees. Then we do get a swivel at the ankle, hinges up all right, hinges down okay, and then you don't get the best ankle pivot, but you do get the toe hingeroo there. Overall, I think Tamashii Nations did a great job with this Trafalgar Law. The One Piece line continues to head in the right direction, and this law definitely shows it. The positives easily outweigh the negatives. There really isn't too much negatives when it comes to this figure. Was it a good idea gluing the coat onto the figure? Of course not, and it does make Law a bit back heavy, but not too bad. I don't know why they thought gluing it was smart. Most people will end up tearing theirs off. I'm definitely going to be replacing mine with our cloth wired coat for Law once it's finished. Also, wish they added some sort of shading in specific spots on the figure, but Tamashii Nations really doesn't like adding shading on anime characters for some reason, and I don't get why. Besides that, the detail is fantastic and the tattoos look awesome too. Accessories are great and the articulation was also done really well. I think the ankle joints are the only points of articulation that could have been a bit better, but I'm glad they made Law this early in the line because he's a huge fan favorite and one of my favorites in One Piece too. So now let's give this figure its rating. I think the SH Figuarts Law definitely deserves an 8.5 out of 10. But anyway, that is my review of the SH Figuarts Trafalgar Law. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about the figure in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, I will catch you on the next episode of Daredevil 19, and I will also see you guys later.
We shall start with revenge.
I am the knight. Gonna change the future.